Welcome, everyone, to TJ and the Grumpy Old Man. I'm your host, TJ, and with me here, as always, is the Grumpy Old Man. They say there's no shame to his game because he's always the same.
That's me.
And with us here, we've got the king of comments, the magnificent Son X.
X time, baby. Let's get it.
Look at X. He's got his actual background on display. Look at you there, X. You're stepping up your game a little bit, sir.
He has to, because he's got a big zit on his head, so he has to do everything he can to distract from that. I thought there was a unicorn who came in my house today.
Woo-hoo.
Look at Grumpy over here. God almighty. For those of you who are new to the show, welcome. This is an all sports podcast that takes place every single Sunday around 8 to 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So if you're new to the show, if you're new to the channel, there's a few things that I encourage that you do. I encourage that you subscribe on YouTube so you don't miss out on any of our future episodes, and like the video. If you like the video, it lets myself, Grumpy, and Senex know that you like the content that we produce, and also it helps get the podcast out to the masses. Today,
also, happy Easter to everyone.
Happy Easter, absolutely. We do have quite a bit to cover today. Just simple as that. We've got some NHL playoffs. We've got some franchise-altering decisions. The NFL draft is coming up this week, so a lot happening there. We've got here some MLB. I tell you, there's quite a bit of MLB news here recently, Grumpy, and I'm not sure that's news that's going to make you happy. That's for certain, Grump.
Are we going to be doing a live draft show on Thursday?
No, probably not.
Okay.
Will Levis go number one.
Okay, we've heard it there first. From X, Will Levis, second or third year in a row, going to be the first overall draft pick. All righty, I guess so. Now, I did want to go ahead and start. I feel like it's good to go ahead and start with a little, I guess, some college football news. We talked last week, as I think wrapping up the shows, Nico Amaliva, he went ahead, transferred away from Tennessee. To give a little update, he wanted that $4 million NIL deal. He wound up transferring into portal. Long story short, nobody's giving him anywhere near that amount of money and name, image, and likeness dollars from a school right now at this point of time of the season. So what it looks like, he was getting paid a little over $2 million from Tennessee, and now he's going to go to UCLA and get about his name, image, and likeness deal halved. So bad decision. Cautionary tale.
Well, he waited too long. I mean, if you're going to do that, you got to do that like in December. You can't wait.
Nobody's going to pay a shitty quarterback.
Okay.
Well, I guess they paid Carson Beck however many $1 million. So
$4.6 million.
Okay, but the whole thing is you can't wait till everyone spent their NIL money. You can't wait.
Yeah.
You got to do it early. I mean, spring football's here already.
Yeah. Yeah. Spring game's already ongoing.
So they've all made their plans. You can't wait.
You're not wrong. But I thought that was a nice little update. Another nice little update. You know, the Colorado Buffaloes had a historic season this year. That team, led by Shedeur Sanders, Travis Hunter, and Deion Sanders, were setting records, Grumpy. Every single week, setting records. They set so many records that perhaps they should go ahead and retire both Travis Hunter and Shedeur Sanders' number already, Grumpy.
We know that's what Deion Sanders wants to do. I'm like, you were there 2 years. Your record was 13-12. I'm sorry. You got guys like Cordell Stewart, Rashad Salam, a whole raft of players who deserve it for those two guys. I don't get it. I'm like, no. If I'm the athletic department, I'm like, dude, we're not retiring numbers.
Tim Tebow won a Heisman and 2 national championships, and his number is not even retired for the University of Florida.
I would like to know how many college football numbers have been retired.
Well, Grumpy, I'll give you that answer in a second. But what if I told you it's not like a fever dream? They already have retired Shedeur Sanders' number and Travis Hunter's number. They've done it already, Grumpy.
I know that.
You said that he wanted to. No, they've already done that. So they've already retired the jersey.
The number 12?
The number 12 and the number 2.
That's a quarterback number 12.
Well, okay, it's for Travis Hunter, and Shedeur Sanders' numbers were just retired, Grump, for
Well, you know
Colorado.
what? If I'm a player and I want to go to Colorado, yep. If I'm going there, you got to retire my number right away.
You're ridiculous. But I did find it comical that they retired these numbers. Again, like they were hideously bad for so long. I just don't get it. I mean, like Jesus. I'm trying to pull up the numbers here. Like their record against ranked teams is abysmal. They never won a bowl game. And I'm sorry.
They only went to one bowl game.
They went to 2 bowl games and they lost both.
Okay, I didn't think they went to a bowl game last year.
Yeah, they just went to some like miserable, hey, we're going to the Sun Bowl, and they got killed or whatever. Anytime they played anybody who was worth a damn, they got run off the field. But I did find it funny that Shedeur Sanders and Travis Hunter have both had their numbers retired.
Is Barry Sanders' number retired?
He played for Oklahoma State. I don't know. I don't know how many college football numbers have been retired. I have no idea. And since I'm
going to try to okay,
I'm too lazy.
For example, Pitt has the most. Pitt has 10 different numbers retired. Jesus.
Can we name some of those players?
Larry Fitzgerald, Dan Marino, probably 2 of them.
I'll pull it up here in a second.
Aaron Donald, maybe.
Aaron Donald has been retired. Yep.
I mean, you have to do something special. It used to be, unless they've invented a new number system, I don't see how you can retire numbers like.
Well, now they're going to have to start giving out to quarterbacks 12 and a half.
Yeah, like I said, a new numbering system or something. I don't. It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. It's because Daddy's there again. Daddy ball. Well, guess what? His kid ain't getting drafted anytime soon. I think he might be a 3rd quarterback off the board. He might even slip into the 2nd round. So I just don't think it's that good.
Here are the guys for Colorado who have had the numbers retired. Just to be in all fairness here, I still do think that they are not in the same class as that. But here are the numbers that are currently retired for Colorado Buffaloes football team.
All these guys.
Yes.
Okay, you're talking about old timers. Rashad Salam's number has not been retired.
Yes, it is.
It's
retired in 2017. It is.
Okay.
Is this on Wikipedia?
That's. I didn't think his number's been retired. Byron Whizzer White. He was also a Supreme Court justice. Again, you're talking about guys like
1937.
What 60 years ago, 80 years ago. I mean, come on.
Go to the University of Florida. Let's see if Tebow's on there.
And he's not.
That's my point. Tim Tebow was probably 10 times the college football player that
Florida has not retired any college football numbers.
Wouldn't you say Tim Tebow's probably deserving of getting his number retired?
Yes.
I just can't believe that guys are retiring college numbers.
Well, okay. Some of the teams like LSU, let's take a look. I mean, gosh. I couldn't tell you who any of these players
Billy
are.
Cannon was a great college player. I think he won a Heisman Trophy. Jerry Stovall. I heard the name. Tommy Casanova. Absolutely know who that is. He was a safety. Absolutely fantastic safety.
Pittsburgh has the most.
You rattle it up and down. No one can actually see it.
Okay, so Larry Fitzgerald, Dan Marino, Tony Dorsett. I know all of them.
He won
Joe Schmidt, linebacker for the Lions. Mark May, offensive tackle. Jim Culver, offensive tackle. Bill Fralick, offensive guard. Ditka, tight end. Hugh Green, defensive end. Fantastic. Yeah, so, I mean, those guys are legit players. Marshall Goldberg, I have no idea. Okay, he played from 1936 to 38.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I have no idea.
Anyway, yes, it's just, I mean, like Rutgers only won, and it's the guy who was paralyzed for them. So most teams do not retire a lot of jerseys, let alone jerseys of players who were average, because that's what they were, average.
Yeah, I don't, there's nothing, they didn't win anything. There's nothing special about them. It's because Deion Sanders just wants to do what he wants to do.
Yep.
The Hunter kid was the big recruit who was coming out, and he went to Jackson State, followed Deion wherever he wanted. Did you hear what he said this week? That if he doesn't get to play offense and defense, he's not going to play football at all. I'm like,
he's gonna break. He's such a fragile human being. He'll snap in
He'll get
half.
hurt. He'll get hurt.
did we show on the show him running?
Routes?
Yes.
Horrid.
I didn't know.
Horrible.
Okay, he was dicking around, but it's like that's not a spot where you start.
Okay, so you're screwing around at your pro day.
That's what it looked like to me.
They're saying no. I mean, by the time he finishes that route, they're on the third play.
Anyway,
Deion Sanders just telling his players, don't do what the scouts tell you. These teams, your future employee, don't do what they tell you. Just do what you do. Do you?
Yeah.
He could never coach in the NFL. Deion Sanders will never be a coach in the NFL. Never freaking ever.
I cannot believe they retired his son's number. Like again, he's the biggest nepo baby I've ever seen.
Absolutely,
Shedeur Sanders. It's pathetic. And again, I will say this:
Are they going to retire as Richard Milley?
I have no problem with Travis Hunter's number being retired. A little odd to be retired immediately,
but he's only played there 2 years.
Yeah, he did have quite a few trophies, though.
But he's only been there 2 years. You should at least be somebody who's played in the program for at least 3 years.
Yeah, some of those trophies were also not earned because he won the Wideout of the Year trophy and he didn't deserve that. That Nick Marsh kid from I want to say not Tulsa. I don't know. Nick Marsh had way better numbers than he had. Way better.
Okay, he won himself a Heisman. He won himself the National Player of the Year, the Walter Camp, which is the Offensive Player of the Year.
Okay, how the hell do an Offensive Player of the Year? He doesn't even play all the time on offense.
He didn't deserve that. There's players who put up better stats than he did at his position.
It's ridiculous.
I'm just telling you, from that standpoint, I understand why he gets his numbers retired. He won a lot of awards, and it was like video game-esque. No problem with that. Shedeur Sanders should never have his number retired.
Did he also win the media award?
Probably yes. Let's do this. Let's go through some comments because I know we've got a lot already queued up here. I did want to start it off with a nice little Shedeur Sanders and Travis Hunter little bit with the NFL draft coming up here. Drew Grumpy.
It's official, guys. Jesus Christ has entered the transfer portal. Everybody enters the transfer portal.
That's right.
Gunga says, are the Mets the team to beat? Should I kick up the footrest on the seat? I don't know if they're the team to beat.
They've had pretty good ERA all season long this year.
Well, yeah, they've also had some injuries to the pitching staff. Everyone's doing great so far. It's a long season. That's all I'm going to say. You're what, 20, 23 games in, whatever it is. Still got a ways to go yet.
I'll put this up here just so you can take a look.
Can I just say their ERA is not going to stay at 2.27? Not going to happen.
I don't know. Best in the MLB, and that's without Manaea and Montes.
I'm just going to say that's not going to stay that low.
Maybe we'll trade and get back Jacob deGrom, and I'll get even better Grump.
Maybe.
Nice comment there.
Gunga says, are the Mets okay? Alexander says, the Mets are on a roll. We are really good. Again.
Yeah. Superstars.
The Mets have surpassed the Yankees.
Okay.
Wow.
Okay.
I agree. Yes, okay. Alexander. They have.
I think they only need a couple more decades to surpass the Yankees, but sure, we'll leave it
okay.
at that.
You're 20 some odd games into the season. You're an eighth. You're at the eighth pole. A long way to go yet. So many things can happen. Just pump the brakes a little bit. Mets. I mean, the Mets are playing well. That Pete Alonso, absolutely. Here's the thing that bothers me. He didn't get the bag after last year in free agency, so he signed a series of 1-year deals that he can opt out at any time. He doesn't want to play for the Mets. He wants to go somewhere else. He wants to get paid. So all of a sudden, he's producing like he's MVP of the league. Well, where was that all these other years, Pete Alonso?
Okay, I'm gonna put you like this. Did you hear what Juan Soto said?
Refresh us, but yes, about basically saying
he doesn't get the same pitches that he gets.
Don't worry, I'll pull it up. Real quick comment from Gunga, and he says, "Are the Yankees a flawed team? Does Dog Z as he live in the dream?"
Is Dog Z living the dream, X?
Dog Z's absolutely living the dream. The American dream.
Yankees are definitely a flawed team. So this is what Juan Soto said. It's definitely different. I had the best hitter in baseball hitting, Judge, behind me last season. I was getting more attacked and more pitches in the strike zone. I was pitched different last year. Do you remember all last year who was the very smart and intelligent member of this show, this live stream, who said, always the better hitter is Aaron Judge? Not even close.
Okay.
And guess what? Still this year, the better hitter is Aaron Judge.
Okay.
First ballot Hall of Famer, Aaron All stand, all rise, Judge Grumpy Old Man, the best MVP.
Okay. For anyone who listens to this show, whenever TJ says, does anyone remember the smart person? That's a cue that TJ actually said that. And you know what? TJ he's never afraid to toot his own horn because no one else will. That's for certain. But what you're seeing is, I think Juan Soto's making an adjustment to this year with the big contract. I think guys tried a little bit too hard to start the year, but he's kind of starting to round into form a little bit as well. When he's back to hitting like he's capable, and he's going to be, at the end of the day, he's going to have better numbers than Aaron Judge. At the end of the day,
he will not.
He will, because Aaron Judge won't play as long as Juan Soto. And he also didn't start as early as Juan Soto did. It's the numbers game over time. That's all I'm saying. Am I saying that he's a better home run hitter than Aaron Judge? I am not. I'm just saying that over the course of time, you're going to see his numbers are going to be better overall than Aaron Judge's, just because he's going to play more years than Aaron Judge. That's all I'm saying.
Aaron Judge will be a first ballot Hall of Famer. Juan Soto, he will not. That's simple.
Okay.
That's simple.
I'm
not done with this yet, X. There's a few more topics we'll be talking about on this Aaron Judge.
Oh, my God. Here's another TJ thing.
No. Okay. Next comment. Done. I don't care. I'm taking over.
Here it is. Aaron
Both
Judge.
New York baseball teams have been rolling to start off the season.
Look at this.
That's very true.
In the last 100, think about this. In the last,
nobody cares. Nobody cares except for you.
He's first in home runs. He's first in RBIs, first in on-base percentage, first in slugging percentage, first in OPS, and number one in wins above replacement. Can we all admit just he's the best?
Last two stats mean absolutely nothing to me, by the way.
He's the best. He's the best batter in the American League, right?
I had to leave because you keep squawking about this. Next topic. Come on.
Aaron Judge in his last 162 games is hitting 143.
I'm about to remove him. I'm about to remove him.
130.
Mute him, X.
He's been removed.
Oh, he's been removed.
In the 159.
He's still talking. Does he even realize he was removed?
The only other player to ever do this.
God, shut up!
Stop. The Babe.
Oh my God! Stop talking. Can we
Babe.
please move on to the next topic?
Yes. Next comment, please.
Can we pause on it? Why do you guys not want to talk?
No, we don't need to pause anything. There's no
we already talked about it. Let's go on to something else. You're the one who said we got to keep the show short, and you want to go on because you made one thing that sounded.
He's a member of the Yankees. Why don't you want to talk about that?
Hit your little applaud board and let's move on.
Oh shit!
Hold on a second. Here's something I think we should listen to. This is a nice little one. This is talking about Juan Soto. Let's listen.
Okay, 1 second before you run that.
His mouth shut. Did you guys see the quote on the cover of the New York Post today?
Yeah. Is he stupid as fuck, or what's going on?
Look, Aaron Judge is a better hitter than Pete Alonso. Yes, everyone knows that. This isn't breaking news, but it's just you don't say that when you got signed for $765 fucking million, and through 15 games you have 1 home run, 4 RBIs, and you're batting .230, and every time a runner's in scoring position, you roll over on a weak ground ball to second base.
Not just that. It's not like he came over from the Dodgers, who had a great lineup with Shohei hitting behind him. He came over from the fucking Yankees in the Bronx, across town.
Like you can't see, you
don't do that.
Pete Alonso has like the 5th best OPS in baseball right now. The reason he's not playing well is not Pete Alonso's fault. He got the intentional walk that he was claiming he wouldn't get, and then Pete Alonso hits a 3-run double the one time it fucking happened. So Juan Soto, how about you just hit better? It's like the pitches are not the problem. He's not hitting well right now.
Can we move on from this?
I'm so glad we had to listen to literally the same thing that you just read out.
You just said that. Why do we need to hear somebody else and then dropping F-bombs all over the place?
Some losers.
The reason why we need to listen to that.
I like
next topic.
Correct,
next.
You just want to blow by it. Do a grumpy blow by it.
You know what? How about the Mets stop playing the victim card and do better? All right?
Okay, the issue is Juan Soto is a meh hitter. Simple.
Next. You know what it wasn't with the Mets hitter when he was with
At the end of the day, Juan Soto, here's the thing. Juan Soto's going to be playing a lot longer than Aaron Judge. A lot longer. And his numbers at the end of the day will be greater than Aaron Judge's. Period. Book it, Dano.
Really?
Alexander says Pete Alonso broke Devin Williams.
He did. Devin Williams has been struggling ever since he gave up that home run to Pete Alonso.
Okay. Alexander. Okay, here we go. We're going to watch this now too?
I'm not sure if you guys happen to see. Did you see Pete Alonso rounding second, going to third base on a triple?
Yes, no. We saw it. And then somebody said only people who get paid $42 million a year run like this. Yes.
Okay. Grumpy has it. There's a reason I'm bringing this up because I want to see Grumpy's opinion on it. Okay.
Did
He's
it
a
take him
slugger.
20? Hold on. Did it take him 20 seconds to
It
get to
looked
third?
like he was taking a turd as he was running.
Okay. We'll put right to here. Here you go, X, and I'll put it on half speed. I just want you to watch the running motion. I'm sorry. Again, like he gets the triple, but I'm like, I've just never seen someone so uncoordinated rounding the bags like
Well, maybe
this.
that's just his running style.
What the running style? Nobody. I've never met anybody who runs.
Hey, but maybe that's his running style.
That is not how you run. You don't put your foot underneath your frame like that. You reach forward. That's how you get the speed and the buildup.
Oh
My
okay.
God, I'm about to drop off. I'm about to crash out here in a minute. If you didn't.
Is it because you're too busy watching WrestleMania? Is that what
No,
it
it's
is?
because you keep squawking about the same stuff. Nobody cares.
Oh, X. Tisk.
Why don't we talk about WrestleMania?
This is a TJ. This is like the TJ glorification show. He puts on what he wants. It's all about him. It doesn't matter what anyone else thinks. And for the one time out of
anything?
10,000 opinions had, the one time that he maybe is a little bit correct on, he's just going to run it into the ground. Maybe. Because by the end of the year, Juan Soto is going to be fine. I just think when you sign a huge contract like that, you go to another team, the largest contract in the history of organized team sports, there's a little bit more pressure, and I think you're prone to that. I just think that's what's happening right now. Alexander says, "Happy Easter, guys. Happy Easter back, Alexander."
God.
Next comment, please. Alexander says, "Watching WrestleMania on Peacock."
Doing the same.
So are we. We're all watching. Well, not TJ.
Yeah, I'm not
Thomas
watching.
Antonetti says, "Happy Easter, gents. So which day of the week do we see the Islanders holding that long-awaited press conference announcing Lou's departure and Roy going upstairs with a young assistant GM in place as well?"
I don't think it's going to happen.
TJ, you want to touch on that? Can we touch on that or can we not touch on that yet?
I guess we could touch on it a little bit. I mean, here's the thing. He was supposed to speak to the press per sources Saturday. Did not. He was on the schedule to speak to the press on Saturday. He did not. From sources, different sources, might I add, when they were out there, we'll talk about this on the Islanders show a little bit more in depth, but when they were out in, I'm trying to think, California,
Los Angeles.
On Los Angeles. They're out there in Los Angeles on that road trip where Malkin was traveling with the team. Everybody's like, "Oh man, Malkin never travels with the team." Apparently, the rumor was he was interviewing other general manager candidates at that time period. So it's like there's like a few names have been floated out there.
We're not going to mention the names, are we?
We'll save that, I guess, for the show.
TJ, I bet you I can tell you where George Kittle is right now.
I see it at
He's
WrestleMania.
at WrestleMania. He's sitting right behind Pat McAfee.
Oh, great. But yes, so apparently they were interviewing potential new general manager candidates. I don't know. One of those or a few of those GM candidates have a team that's in the playoffs. So it would be determined based off of maybe when that team got eliminated, which could be the first round, maybe whether that guy gets signed or not. I don't know. A lot of things could still happen. That's all I'm going to say.
What percentage chance would you say, Lou? Now, before we went into the offseason, I think you said that it was like a 99% chance Lou was coming back, or 95.
Mm-hmm.
And I said, what, 90?
Yeah, maybe like 70-30 at this point. I still think Lou probably comes back until I see something to prove that that's different or there's some change. I just can't believe it. I refuse to treat it like there's any sort of credence until I actually see something tangible move in that direction.
Well, we have heard that from two separate sources, and not our usual jabroni pals, but two separate sources, that something is potentially in the works. But that's all I'm going to say.
Something is in the water, perhaps.
Yes.
And it would result in Lou Lamoriello being usurped. See you later, Lou.
Maybe he just decides he wants to step down at 82 and a half years old.
Did you see? Well, I don't want to talk too much about this. Did you actually see the image, Grumpy, from Bridgeport?
I did.
I want to put this up. I'll let X look at it as well. I'll be honest with you. I don't think there's any problem with this at all. And everybody who's making a deal out of it.
Okay. No, there's a problem with this. Go ahead.
No. There's no problem with this at all. Hold on a second. This is what it is. I'll put this up on screen here. I don't have a problem with this at all. So it says, big capital letters, fire Lou, exclamation point. And they messed up on the ampersand originally, so they crossed out the ampersand again and put and Chris, which is his son, with an exclamation
point. Were these fans who did this?
Yes.
And they went on the ice at
during the game.
I have a problem with that.
During the game.
Hold on.
Not during.
You understand? This is probably like, oh, we're going to let you go on the ice and write something at the end of the year. That's what this is. They're not just Grump. They don't just say, "Hey, we're leaving."
Yeah, because if you look, there's other stuff behind it too.
We're leaving the open ice over here for all the Bridgeport games. Anybody who wants to come on here, liability be damned. We'll let you go out there and start drawing on the ice. No shot in hell.
What you don't realize, Grumpy, is that is a longtime listener of the Islanders Never Say Die podcast who wrote that down there.
Well, I'm just saying that, or maybe somebody snuck in and did that, because I guarantee you the team did not realize
additional writing. There's additional writing on there.
Yeah, it's a truck to drive them out of town. What are we looking at?
Let me see.
You're talking about this other thing and you're just wailing past it as usual.
Relax, Grumpy. Okay, I'm going to let you know something. They allowed people to go on the ice and draw something at the end of the year. That's what this is. There's a lot of other different drawings on it, and they're trying to make this like, oh, man. Because guess what? They're not just letting somebody random get on the ice, get in the stadium, and just, what are they, taking paint over here to draw on the ice?
That's what I'm saying. It's probably somebody who wasn't supposed to be there doing something they shouldn't be doing.
Oh, my God. So they broke into the arena, and then after breaking into the arena, which is a crime, they said, what's our next step of action? We're going to
tag the ice with Fire Lou and Chris.
And take a picture on it, and then make sure that somebody...
Yeah, and then post it on their social media so everybody knows who did it.
We're going to go in all black in the middle of the night so that we can conceal our identity. When we drive up and they have, I'm sure, cameras there too, we're going to make sure that, oh man, we don't have our plates on our car either because we don't want to get caught for this. We're going to break into the arena. We're going to get on the ice surface. I'm sure they don't lock it either. They just leave the ice surface open to anybody. So if you hide and sneak around in the bathroom, they let anybody just walk on the ice surface at the end of the game. So yeah, and then they just went ahead and snuck on the ice and tagged it. Grumpy.
Okay. Alexander put up he told us what it was. It was a painting the ice event at Bridgeport.
No shit.
But I'm just surprised there's not somebody.
They do it at UBS too. Grumpy, it was a painting the ice event that they held.
That's what I just said. Maybe it wasn't tied in with Bridgeport.
Soft people. Soft. Guess what? If they say, hey, you could go ahead and you can write what you want on there, there's no curse words, there's no potty mouth words, there's nothing that's uncouth. It just says Fire Lou and Chris. That's it.
I guess what's the difference between them putting that on the ice and then bringing a sign into the stadium that says Fire Lou and Chris?
Okay. None. Okay. Would you not say that's a bad look for the Islanders?
It is a bad look for the Islanders.
Okay. I've been reading up this week and saying, which way the tea leaves are blowing, or just trying to read the tea leaves, which way the winds are blowing. And I can't find anyone who says we need to keep going with Lou Lamoriello. No one. They all think it's time to move on from him. Hopefully, upper management has made that same decision. That's all I can say.
Okay.
He needs to go.
If this team gets eliminated from the playoffs and this new GM is not hired within like 2 days.
He's not even a GM now, though, the guy you're talking about.
He works with the franchise, does he not? He works with
I know that, but he's not a GM. It shouldn't preclude him from taking another job right now.
Maybe he wants to be for the little playoff push for one round, and then he'll step away. Because what's his role?
He's like Dwight Schrute, pretty much. Assistant to the manager.
He's the assistant.
The regional manager. Grump, get it right.
God almighty. So he's the assistant GM. Assistant GMs don't just step away as they're on a...
He's not assistant GM. He is not assistant GM. He's absolutely not. He's in a position like a guy on the outside. He's like an assistant, an advisor, whatever it is. He can leave right now if that's the holdup.
Give me a second. I got to pull it up. I cannot remember what his title is. I don't know if you're right on it, Grumpy. That's the only reason I'm checking. But go ahead and continue with comments there, X.
I have a question real quick. Does this girl with the eagle wings, does she fight with the wings on?
She does, just like Dennis did. Just like Dennis did, and It's Only Sunny in Philadelphia.
I love how she hugs the girl with the wings on.
Keep moving.
She engulfs her with the wings. That's Becky Lynch, the
I
man.
never knew
She
that
calls
either.
herself the man.
I don't know that other little small blonde girl seemed very afraid of Becky Lynch.
That's Liv Morgan. She's a little hottie patati.
Dude, I
Continue,
know
please.
literally absolutely zero of these people's names.
Nobody gives a shit. Keep moving.
Oh, no one gives a shit, so move on.
Who's the last guy who wrestled? Was it AJ McAllister? What was his name?
AJ Styles.
Styles. That's it, Styles.
Come on, next comment.
Yeah.
Let's move.
We could talk about Juan Soto for another half an hour.
Yeah, that's right.
Johnny Mack says, "Good evening, everyone." Hello, Johnny Mack.
Good
Always a
evening. Good
pleasure.
evening.
Johnny Mac.
Alexander says, "I'm so sick of people pooping on Soto. Sorry, guys. He's been fine. He's getting on base. He's hitting like stop. Exactly. He's fine. And by the end of the year, he's going to have good. He won't have numbers as good as last year, but his numbers are going to be good.
You pay him more than just to be fine.
Okay,
You a lot more than that.
he's going to put up good numbers. He just had a slow start. That's all. Just slow start."
Continue.
Thomas Antonetti says, "Who do you all see in this year's NBA and NHL finals, and who do you see prevailing in each league?" Okay, I'm going to go with in NBA. Do you guys know anything about anything when it comes to basketball?
Of course, I'm a big basketball fan. Huge.
Okay, I'll let you choose who you're going to pick first. I already have my pick already.
LeBron, Lakers, baby.
Okay, TJ says the Lakers. Probably the only team he knows. And who from the East? Or is that your Eastern team? Because he knows so much
Los
about
Angeles Lakers are on the East Coast. It's going to be the Celtics. They're going to be playing from the East.
Okay.
In the West, I don't know. It's either going to be Denver or it's going to be
Denver, who just fired their coach and general manager a week before the playoffs.
That's right.
Okay, Denver.
Denver,
Okay.
Denver are the Lakers from the West, and from the East, it's going to be the Celtics.
Okay, and X, who are you going with?
Let me see who's even in.
All right, I'm going to just give mine. I'm going to go Celtics from the East and OKC from the West.
Oklahoma City.
They're going to get killed.
I think OKC's pretty good.
SGA.
They went to overtime against Denver in their last game. I do know that.
Did they win?
I can tell you here in a minute. Because I was watching that game as it was going on. Let's see, Saturday. Oh, hold on, Saturday.
Son of a bitch.
They
Down 1-0.
They lost 112-110.
Yeah.
Lost to Denver. TJ's pick.
Yeah. Let's go
One
Nuggets.
of TJ's picks. Okay.
Let's go Nugs.
You know what? I think I want to say the Knicks.
The
We've
Knicks.
won one fucking game, and X is on
Knicks. Okay. That's fine.
And then
Knicks ain't beating the Celtics.
It's the Celtics. Come on, X.
well, I think they can beat them. I think
The
they can.
Cavaliers.
Shot.
The
And then I'm
Cavaliers
going to say Denver.
and Denver. Oh, what do you know? There you go.
Knicks is
I'm
saying
still going.
taking
I'm
my
still
opinion.
going the Celtics and OKC. Okay.
Okay.
Dark horse.
Yeah, you have to do something.
Dark horse is Cleveland out of the East. That's
No.
right. Okay. So and then NHL. Who we picking? X. Well, let's go to you first. This should be fun.
I want the Hurricanes to win it all.
Okay, so we're going Hurricanes.
Yep.
And who coming out of the West?
It's a good question. Is Colorado in?
Colorado is in. They're up 1-0 on Dallas already.
I'm gonna say Colorado.
Okay, there you go. TJ, who are you going with? It's not scientific, folks. It is not, and you can tell they have not been prepped.
Here's the thing. I'm dead accurate on the NBA, and I'll be dead accurate on the NHL.
No, we should go through each of the series and see who's gonna come out from each of them.
We can do that. We can do that.
That's what I mean by we had a lot to cover here.
Oh, if I spent 40 minutes on
1.5 hours.
Motherfuckers.
Okay,
Keep
let's
them in your
just do
pants.
that. then.
I got Winnipeg due to the Winnipeg whiteout, baby. I got them moving on,
Okay.
and then I had Colorado, as I said.
Let's just go team by team, and we'll all share our opinions on it, so we're not trying to keep track.
Okay.
I've got
I'm gonna say
Winnipeg. I've got
also.
Winnipeg. Winnipeg is going to win in 7. is what I think. St. Louis is hot as shit. They played so well since the Four Nations face-off. Honestly, this is the least confident series I have in my pick. I think that the Blues very easily could beat Winnipeg. Winnipeg wins the President's Trophy this year, but the Blues have been so freaking hot. What type of Jordan Binnington are you going to get in the playoffs? I have Winnipeg slightly above the Blues, but
just pick your team. Winnipeg. Okay. I'm picking Winnipeg also. There's a lot of teams in a lot of series. Dallas and Colorado.
Dallas.
You're going to go first.
Dallas and Colorado. I got Colorado. I already told you that.
The warden said to stop.
Wow.
Keep it under control, Grumpy.
So Dallas and Colorado.
Here's the problem with Grump. He's paying too much attention to the wrestling event, and he's getting upset when it's not moving quick enough.
Okay.
Colorado. X says Colorado. You, TJ?
I probably have Colorado.
I'm going with
Just
Colorado
Dallas
as well.
Okay.
Dallas has underperformed all season long. Ottinger hasn't been playing. I'm giving some detail as to why I'm telling it, Grump.
Scroll to the next Western Conference.
Come on, scroll down.
Vegas and Minnesota.
I got Minnesota.
Vegas, I have Vegas going to the Stanley Cup Finals. So Vegas is my pick.
I have Vegas, Kings, and Edmonton.
McNasty, Edmonton.
I'm going to say the Kings.
Okay. Next one.
I'm going to say it's going to be Edmonton.
You know what? I'm so happy when I'm right on all these, and you guys are so wrong. Oh, did the Hurricanes not even move on?
No, the Hurricanes going to kill the Devils, but let's just
Canes, baby, Caniacs.
I'm picking Toronto over Ottawa.
Yeah, I'm probably gonna pick Toronto as well.
Okay.
Toronto's beating Ottawa.
Yep. I got the Florida Panthers over Tampa Bay Lightning.
Tampa is making it to the Stanley Cup Finals.
I have Tampa also.
Okay. Next one.
Washington and Montreal.
Got to go with Ovechkin.
Oh, man, I'm close to picking Montreal, but I'll say Washington.
Who's going to be playing in net? Is he healthy?
I don't know if Thompson is healthy or not.
If Logan Thompson's playing, I'm picking the Capitals.
I'm picking Carolina, baby. I want Carolina to go all the way. I don't think they might not, but I want them to.
Okay, then Carolina over Jersey.
Yep.
That'll just be our first round. So just who you're picking just for your Stanley Cup Finals, though.
Capitals, really quickly, just to let you know, head coach refused to say who will start in net between Logan Thompson and the backup. So keeping it close to the vest.
Okay, so who X is picking Carolina out of the East, and who out of the West, X?
I said Colorado. And I like Colorado.
Okay. And TJ, who are you picking?
Did you not pay attention to me or too busy?
Vegas.
Okay, so Tampa and Vegas. Okay.
Too busy dicking around?
I'm going to pick Toronto.
Whoa, Toronto.
I'm going to pick Toronto.
Okay, so we know Grumpy's not be taking this one seriously, but go ahead. Who are you picking in the West?
That happened, Grump.
Who are you picking in the West, Grumpy?
And
picking Minnesota?
Colorado.
See, I told you, Colorado. I told you.
Fuck.
So when the Canes and Colorado play in the final, I got every selection correct. What are y'all going to say?
Here's the thing. I will alter my selection
after the round. Yeah, same.
I could see Carolina getting to the Eastern Conference Finals.
Same here. I have Carolina going to the Eastern Conference Finals. And I just think that Toronto, and I think Tampa's the best team, but there's something about this Toronto team that makes me say maybe this is the year for them.
Toronto fucking blows. They're going to get the doors blown off them by Tampa like they always do. No shot in hell.
You mean Florida Panthers, right?
No, I think Tampa's going to be
Florida's going to get a first-round exit. Book that shit down now.
What makes you think they're going to get a first-round exit? Are they not good?
Didn't
we just win last year?
Bobrovsky's not playing at the same level he was last year, and they didn't have a backup towards the tail end of the season. They no shot in hell.
Kachuk is still
first-round exit. First-round exit.
He's still hurt from the nations?
Yes.
Oh,
Aaron Ekblad is still out. I think he's getting ready to come back.
I might change my selection. It seems like they have a boatload of injuries.
They have some injuries. I
I might change mine to Tampa is winning that series. Then I did not realize they had a plethora of injured players.
Okay, so I talked with certain people. I said Tampa's the team I think is going to win, but I just think Toronto might be a dark horse. That's all.
All righty, cool.
All right, now go to NBA.
We've just done NBA.
We just did NBA.
We did all the NBA games.
You want to go series by series?
We
on
did
the
enough.
NBA?
We did enough for
Oh,
that.
shit.
Wow.
Denver Nuggets against the Celtics.
Wow.
That's your
Wow.
finals.
When he gets a little closer, we'll go through the other ones.
All right. Happy Easter.
We get it. Happy Easter. X, how many Happy Easter comments? have
All
you
of them.
Alexander says the Knicks are going to. Maybe
Oh,
we should
sorry.
add. Maybe we should add. Oh, I thought you were
the
going to
NBA
say
finals.
Yeah.
to the golf course. Gungu says, "Were the Rangers too quick to fire Laviolette? Son X, are you finally out of debt?"
No debt, and I'm gonna say, yeah, they were too quick to fire Laviolette. Yeah.
Look at X.
How do you say that in again, X?
Laviolette.
There you go. Do you know his first name?
No.
He was a
Pat
pumpkin eater.
Laviolette. No.
He was a pumpkin eater.
Pumpkin eater. Peter. Peter Laviolette.
That's it. Peter Laviolette. Peter Laviolette. That's
I like
correct.
Laviolette.
know.
Laviolette. Laviolette.
Here's the thing. They've got a lot of change going on there. Peter Laviolette was going to get fired in some capacity no matter what. No problem.
They were actually really bad this year, weren't they, the Rangers?
They went from President Trophy winners to not making the playoffs.
Okay, yeah, never mind. He deserves to go.
Which is probably
Big
worse.
Burr, baby.
Which is probably worse than the Islanders, who went from, well, squeaking into the playoffs, getting shit canned, to not making the playoffs.
So as you said, suck to more suck.
Here's the thing.
Sucks
I
away.
do think that Chris Drury has to be on the hot seat.
The man just won, by the way.
The man.
Man.
Next
He's
comment, Grump.
champion with Wing Girl.
Nice comment, Grump.
Drew says, Trent Grisham, to me, has been the most surprising breakout player to start the season. He's played like a superstar. Hopefully, he keeps that momentum up. Okay, he's a journeyman. And again, we're 20 some odd games into the season. It's a long year. He was supposed to be a backup this year. Right now, he's playing. When Giancarlo Stanton comes back, what happens then? I don't know. Let's find out. Johnny Mack says, this weekend in Islanders history, Pat LaFontaine scored in the fourth overtime to eliminate Washington Capitals in Game 7, which was then the longest game in NHL history. In 1987, I was a young lad at the University of Toronto.
Ooh.
There it is.
I remember that game. I worked that night, and it was a Saturday night. Played from Saturday morning into Easter Sunday, and I worked until 12:30 or whatever it was, and I did see the ending of that game.
Really quickly, I will say when we're talking about guys who have been really hot and I expect to be future faces of the game, Jacob Wilson from the Athletics. Kid can
Why are you picking him, Braytel? Is he on your fantasy team?
I had nothing to do with him being on my fantasy team, but
So that's a yes.
You should pick that guy, Pat Laviolette. He's pretty good.
Peter Laviolette.
Sorry, Peter Laviolette.
I'm picking him because he's played well this year. He's played well all throughout minors, and again, he was the 6th overall pick back in the day, in 2023. He's got the pedigree. He's played well in that, in the system, and really well, and he's hitting like 350, 360 right now at 23 years old. I'm just saying the kid's playing well. That's a guy who I think you can build around for the Athletics. Go ahead.
They have quite a few young players getting
He's
ready to
been the most
blossom.
successful. He's been the most successful, I think, though.
Well, okay. Gungu says, what are the chances of Lazy Lou Lammy going bye-bye soon? DJ, is a gorilla the same as a baboon?
Sure.
A gorilla and a baboon are not the same. That's why they have different names.
Baboons have the red butts. I know that.
Monkeys. They're all monkeys. Monkey.
Baboons have the red butts, and then they have like colorful faces.
Lou Lamoriello, if he's not gone by this team when they get eliminated, he's never leaving.
Okay. Craig, the regular human bartender, as opposed to an irregular human bartender, says, true or false? The Rangers are in a worse spot than the Islanders if the Islanders move the old man. What do you think, TJ?
I don't. No. I don't know. I don't know what the Rangers are going to do. That's the thing. Tough to know what the Rangers are going to do. I could tell you if we were to go with the GMs that they're talking about, a rebuild is imminent, which is what I'm a fan of. So
Absolutely.
based off of what this, hockey brain had done in the past with the team he was on. Yeah, rebuild's going to happen. So if that's the case, then I feel pretty confident in the Islanders.
It's going to take a while, though.
Yeah, and there's going to be a lot of bitching and moaning and complaining and shitty seasons, but get ready for it. That's what's going to happen.
At some point in time, when you have nothing in your minor league system that's worth anything, it's going to take a while.
Is that Rey Mysterio's kid?
Yes.
Oh, he did the 619 Rey Mysterio time.
Keep moving on. Come on, Grump.
Google. What are you talking about? Goon says, where has Tony Cheese been? Lighting his farts? How dangerous is the sport of darts?
I love darts.
Not
I
dangerous.
love darts.
I bet you suck at darts.
He does.
I don't suck at darts, but I like watching darts.
You want to know how he plays? Like this.
Stephen Bunting, the dart extraordinaire.
Okay. Alexander goes, so do you know that there's an air guitar league?
Yep.
LOL. That's pathetic. It's pathetic. Sorry.
Alexander sent me a video if you want to watch that. I could just tell by Grumpy, we're already 46 minutes and he's been bitching and moaning about everything I've been introducing today. So I was
there's
like,
no
try with that.
you can play it, it's fine. Why should there be a competition for something like that?
Determines on how well.
Wow, Stone Cold coming out. Wow.
Alrighty, X. X.
Wow.
It's not the Green Acre song. That's not how it goes. That's not how it goes.
Dude, you should be watching this.
Alexander goes, actually, the Rangers are in a worse spot than the Islanders. Well, Alexander was going to say that regardless. The Islanders team plane could have crashed, and they would still be in a better spot than the Islanders.
Islander fans hate Ranger fans and vice versa. If Lou Lamoriello's still at the helm,
he came out on the quad.
If Lou Lamoriello's still at the helm, no shot.
Yeah, if he's there, the Rangers are in better shape than we are.
They've interviewed more than one potential GM candidate. Depending on which GM candidate they potentially hire, that determines who's in better shape. Good.
Who would be the best selection for the Islanders' next coach? Laviolette, Tortorella, Gallant, or Quinville? Should Rob be shipped off to Brazil?
Whatever coach is willing to sit through a shit show of miserable players and kids making a lot of mistakes. So none of those coaches. We need Dan Quinn as our head coach. What he does really well is really bottom the team out to get you a first overall selection. So Dan Quinn needs to be the new head coach for the Islanders. College Quinn.
I'm going to go out on a limb and say something. He was definitely not supposed to wreck that quad.
Probably not. He's probably been drinking backstage.
Yeah, absolutely has been.
There might not be a new head coach. That's all I'm going to say.
Well, yeah, if this guy was hired, the potential candidate, they go back. So anyway, Johnny Mac says, great T-shirt, Grump.
Courtesy of Johnny Mac.
Good.
Grumpy was real genius is Val Kilmer. Rest in peace. Best work is Neon Dion, simply a jerk. Real genius was not Val Kilmer's best work. I don't know what his best. I mean, maybe the guy in Top Gun when he played Iceman in Top Gun. He was Batman for a thing. I mean, that wasn't that great. Oh my God, what's coming up next?
Oh, I showed Grump that.
He did not play the Grizzler here.
The Grizzler. That's what he calls him. Is the Grizzler.
Happy birthday, King Grumpy. Who is this?
It's the Grizzler.
No, Grumpy.
This kid has like coronary artery disease written all over him, doesn't he?
Oh my God.
Grumpy, who is this right here?
It's the Grizzler.
The Grizzler. The Grizzler.
What's RYZ? Is that
Riz? It stands for Riz, but it looks like a Zen can.
I think they give that to kids who take the little short yellow bus, don't they?
No.
I've got something else to show you. The Mets are guaranteed to win the pennant this year in the World Series. Do you want to know why, Grumpy?
Because the Rizzler threw out the first pitch.
Because I don't know why.
Because the Mets are considering immortalizing the Rizzler with a seat at Citi Field with the current win streak that lives the Grimace era. Looky there, Grump.
They're not winning. They're not winning. They're not winning. That kid is, come on, kid. Actually, it's not the kid's fault. Maybe the amount of eating he does is the kid's fault, but there's got to be some type of parental supervision. How about an intervention for that kid? I
Is that
mean,
what you want?
I don't think they should be. How old is he?
9. He turned 9.
The parents should not be putting him out there to get exposed because so clowns like me can rip on him. It's just bad.
Most people don't rip on 9-year-old children, but Grumpy, I know you.
When you show yourself out there, you're free game.
Now, I don't know if you please explain what Aaron Judge has done in the postseason. I'll wait. Again, Aaron Judge, future first ballot Hall of Famer. They don't look at postseason success and say, should you be a future first ballot Hall of Famer? And he's had success in the postseason. He was killing it last year. Superstar. Anyway, he struggled. He struggled in the postseason, but some guys are like that. I'll be interested.
He has won a Super Bowl, though.
Stone Cold is getting the mat prep for the next match.
Now, I want to show you this. This was Aaron Judge talking, or Aaron Rodgers, I'm sorry, talking on Pat McAfee show. I'll let you listen to it. I thought this was a little interesting about the Jets and their organization, if true.
And the Jets, what was that meeting like?
They don't want this out there right now. There was no me pleading like, please have me on the team. No.
I don't know.
I don't want any part of that. It was already a debacle.
You meet with the coach.
We start talking, he runs out of the room. I'm like, that's kind of strange. I was like, then he comes back with the GM. 20 seconds in, he goes, so do you want to play football? And I was like, yeah, I'm interested. And he said, we're going a different direction at quarterback. I just flew across country. You could have told me this on the phone. And this is verbatim exactly how it happened. So I said, huh? And he goes, we just want to know how you want it released, the messaging. And I said, I don't give a shit about the message. And then he said, I don't want to be up in front of the room saying something and have guys looking back at you. And I said, what does that even mean? I said, you don't know me. And he said, you don't know me. And then I said, exactly, which is why I flew across the country to have a face-to-face meeting with you.
You mentioned the Jets. What
do you think about that, if true?
Okay. We know Aaron Rodgers.
Be a dick.
Yeah. So it's all about him. Great talent.
I like Aaron Rodgers. That being said.
Okay. The Jets are freaking losers.
Yes.
Aaron Glenn, first of all, is going to be a shitty head coach. That much Jets do not expect to win anything with Aaron Glenn and Justin Fields as your quarterback. If you think Justin Fields is the answer and Aaron Rodgers is not the answer, you're making a mistake. That said, Aaron Rodgers would have complained if they give him a phone call and told him you're not in our plans. He would have said, well, look at how classless they should have done it. The Jets were in a no-lose situation. Aaron Glenn doesn't know how to handle people. That much I can tell you.
Can you believe if they legitimately flew him cross country just to ask him and essentially say, hey, we're going to go in a different direction of you. And we just want to know how you want this released. Like from Rodgers' perspective, I'd be on the same exact boat if that is true. That's the big thing, if it's true.
When a coach, and here's the thing, I don't think he has any respect for Aaron Glenn. Aaron Rodgers, he was a marginal, he was an okay player, nothing special. I think his team got torched. His defense got torched in Detroit, his defense. So, I mean, I know they had some injuries, but I don't think he's a great coach. That being said, when a coach says, you want to play football, what would Tom Brady's answer have been?
Why are you even asking me this question?
No, he would have been, absolutely, I'm ready to play football. That's why I'm here. I wanted to convey that to you. Well, I'd be interested. Dude, that's not the answer you want from a player, is it, TJ?
Aaron Glenn's done. He'll get fucking canned in 1 year. He's a sad, pathetic sack of shit. He's gone. 1 year gone.
Okay. Would you not agree? Would you not agree that Aaron Rodgers could have answered that question more in the affirmative?
Why is that question being asked?
He's because he can't commit to anywhere. Minnesota, Pittsburgh, the Jets. I mean, you knew the Jets were going in a different. I don't know when this conversation took place, but when they brought Fields in, that was the end for Aaron Rodgers.
Simple as this: you don't fly somebody across country to tell them.
He flew in on his own dime. They did not fly him across country.
You don't tell him, let's meet in person, for them to say, oh, we're going to be going a different direction. Let me save you the flight, Aaron. Thank you for your thank you for, your contribution to the team last year, but we're going to be headed in a different direction. I am curious as to how you want us to release this. I've never met you before in person, but I respect you as a professional, and I'd like to know maybe, how you want us to release this information. How fucking tough is that? Aaron Glenn cannot communicate with fucking players. He will not last as a head coach. He's going to be fucking canned in 1 to 2 years. That's not the right answer. Shitty hiring. He'll be fucking gone in 2 years.
Okay. It's just the Jets do Jets things. It doesn't matter. Everything that goes into the Jets offices turns to crap. It's just what they are. Sorry, Jets fans. It's just what it is. I tell you what, I bought in hook, line, and sinker 2 years ago on Aaron Rodgers. I kept. You know what? I should have just remembered rule number 1: the Jets do Jets things.
It's true.
That's rule number 1. What rule number 2 is? The Jets do Jets things. Rule number 3, X. What's rule number 3?
Jets do Jets things.
Jets do Jets things. It's just the Jets way.
Yep. Next
I want the Jets to be good. They just can't get out of their own way. Just can't do it. Aaron Glenn's going to be a crappy head coach, so I 100% agree. Drew says, I'm not going to lie right now. Aaron Judge is making Grumpy look dumb by saying he's currently rather choose Soto over Judge. I said, what I said was, I would take Soto over Judge because of how much longer Juan Soto is going to be playing in his career compared to Aaron Judge. That's what I said. That was always my stance.
Thanks, Drew. Only the people with open eyes could see it, but the people who,
when Aaron Judge is retired, Juan Soto's still going to be playing for at least another 5-10 years.
Aaron Judge is the first ballot Hall of Famer. Juan Soto ain't making the Hall of Fame. That's him.
Okay. Freedom Fund Adventure says, did you hear the Islanders say this isn't their identity? They got to get it back. Inconsistent, soft, easy to push around. Terrible special teams, get hit before the deadline. This is their identity.
Yeah, we'll bring that up a lot more on Saturday's upcoming show. But yes, like Scott Mayfield, all these other people, we've got to find our identity again. I'm like, dude, you're a veteran-laden group. There is no we're missing our identity. They're rotten to the core. Simple.
Scott Mayfield might not even be here next year.
I said, oh my God, I wish people would shut up about the Juan Soto shit. Again, you don't say something like that, just dumb. Drew says here, by the way, I don't think TJ went live yesterday, if I remember correctly. I did not. I had family in town, so I didn't go live yesterday.
What was the other? Goon says, it's time for Stump TJ, where we name a famous person in pop culture history, and we see if he can make us proud. Who is this person and what made them famous? Gary Coleman.
Gary Coleman was the little midget who was, you talk about how he died. He fell down some stairs or something like that, was bleeding, and his apparent wife or girlfriend was like, I'm afraid of blood. And they let him bleed out on the floor and die. But Gary Coleman used to be on a show. Man, no, it's not Family Matters. That was Steve Urkel. But Gary Coleman was on a little show. He was like a little kid who was on a show where was he adopted or something like that. But Gary Coleman was a TV actor.
All in the Family?
No, it's not All in the Family. But he was a TV show. He was a child actor. He was a midget, and he wound up having an untimely death where his whatever romantic partner watched him die. And so I'm afraid of blood.
So is that the thing that made him famous? Was the way he died?
No. It was, what you talking about, Willis? That was what he did, Grumpy. So
I guarantee TJ looked that up. He stalled and he looked it up.
No, I don't know the name of that
what show is he on?
I have no idea.
Grumpy, what show?
I forget the name of the show. It's not Facts of Life.
Look at this motherfucker.
I was totally wrong. All I heard was Family, so I thought All in the Family.
It's not Family.
Is that the show?
Family Matters with Steve Urkel.
It's not Family Matters.
That was a good show, Family Matters. But
the daughter on the show, Dana Plato, she wound up going into porn and committing suicide.
Different Strokes.
Different Strokes. That's it. Different Strokes.
There it is.
Different Strokes.
Alexander.
I never watched a single episode, but it was
I thought it was All in the Family. So
the show has been off the air for 30 years. So
him always sitting on the lap and going, "What you talking about, Willis?" That's all I remember from that. And Gary Coleman.
The biggest thing. I mean, that show was very popular, but the biggest thing was how all the child actors on that particular show had bad things. 2 of them are dead, and Todd Bridges, who played the older brother, he's had a history of run-ins with police and drugs and alcohol and stuff like that. Seems like he straightened his life out. Good for him. But unfortunately, the other 2 are dead.
Speaking about some trouble with authority, trouble with police. Do you remember Justin Blackman.
The wide receiver from Oklahoma State.
The wide receiver from Oklahoma State, who was a two-time All-American. He won the Blitnikoff, two-time Blitnikoff winner. He was drafted like the 5th overall pick by the Jacksonville Jaguars.
Did he get his number retired?
Well, maybe his number has been retired in the penal system is what I'd have to say. This is Justin Blackman today. I could not – he looks unrecognizable from his playing days. That's for certain. But he was arrested due to public intoxication. Have you not been paying attention, X? We just talked about him.
No, sorry, I was reading a comment.
I think he's probably not at his previous playing weight.
I could not.
He looks like DeMarcus Russell when he got in the league where he got really fat.
I will say I see more and more videos all the time of Jameis Winston. I love Jameis Winston. I'm rooting that Jameis Winston kills it for the Giants. I love Jameis Winston.
I'd like to see him become almost like a reporter if he doesn't.
He has to be.
I liked him with the little thing where he was going around New Orleans for the Super Bowl.
Did you see his most recent video?
No.
Oh my God! Hold on, I'll pull it up. Jameis Winston just does something new every single week. Where I'm like, I love this guy.
Is that it on Justin Blackman?
That was it on Justin Blackman.
That's just this week's edition of the Police Blotter.
That's it. I just could not believe he just looked complete. I could not recognize him.
He's put on some LBs. I think that's fair to say.
Here it is.
Somebody's watching me. It's my anxiety.
I'll probably mute that because.
He's making fun of the fact that
he's great. Okay, he's not a great quarterback. This guy,
he's a great guy.
He has a future as I'm not saying a color commentator, but like a guy who does the like a studio show guy. Absolutely,
like kind of like what Gronk does.
Yeah, but he's better than Gronk.
A million times better than Gronk.
I'm just saying, like what Gronk does.
I think he's
add the comedy factor and stuff to the show.
I think he's great. I root for him.
Step in and it would be different. But you remember how Tony Romo, when he stepped in, is like, Tony's great. He just was naturally made for that job. Jameis Winston, in a different way, would be just naturally made for that job. He's going to be fantastic at it. And I'm actually excited listening and watching and waiting for that because he's
the guy they send out every week to do goofy things in the public. It's perfect for him.
But he carries truth with it. He's knowledgeable on it. And it's just like on that standpoint, he's going to be great because he brings like that lightness to the show to where it's like, if you're not a football fan, it's relatable because you've got a guy over here who's kind of cracking jokes and keeping everybody entertained, but he also knows the sport too. He's great. He's great.
He comes off as very genuine.
Yep.
Like you see Gronk. No, that's not Gronk. If you actually see interviews with Gronk's talking with people he knows, like with Edelman, he's much more entertaining. But when you get him on the show with the rest of the guys of NFL today, it is a little bit different. So it's just no. Sorry, no.
Yes, Jameis Winston's going to fit in like a glove anywhere he goes. He's going to be great. And I'm excited about it. I
want him to be the starting quarterback for the Giants.
I do too, because I want to see a lot of press conferences of his. I want to see him in the limelight as much as I can, selfishly. I don't give a shit what a record is. I want Jameis at the helm, baby.
Do you want a hot NFL take?
Go ahead.
Patrick Mahomes is Russell Wilson.
Wow.
Could be. I mean, that is a very hot take. He could be.
All right, let's get back.
That's what he's going to be.
Hold on. This is a pretty big take. You're just going to do a blow-by on that, Nick X?
I don't
Nick X. You got your name? You got a Nick on your name?
He is not Russell Wilson. If he was, he'd be washed up has-been. But I don't think he is right now.
As much as I'm saying,
I don't like him as a quarterback. I like him as a person. Seems like a really nice guy.
I'm not saying right now.
You think he will be a future Russell?
Yes. Russell Wilson, you remember when he was really at his most successful, it was getting outside the pocket and throwing deep balls. That's what he was really good at. And I'm not saying that Patrick Mahomes, that's all he can do, but his whole game is predicated on getting outside the pocket. When you lose that athletic ability due to injury, and remember, he's had numerous leg injuries. When you have to stay in the pocket, it's a totally different game. That's all I'm saying.
I think you forget, too, how good Russell Wilson was his first
He was
few
really
years.
good.
Really damn good, where people were talking about how he was going to be a Hall of Fame caliber quarterback.
Yep.
He was okay. He finished his first 4 years. He was top 4 in offensive player of the year voting 3 of the 4 years. Again, he ran the ball a lot. He had a lot of rushing yards. He's also 4,000 yards, 3,400 yards, 3,300 yards, 34 passing touchdowns. He was playing pretty well. Limited interceptions, 7, 8, 9 interceptions. But again, he just fell off the planet Earth. I mean, he's nowhere near what he used to be.
Agreed. Okay. Here's another hot take. WWE introductions are way too long. Way too long.
I don't give a shit about that. Logan Paul apparently beat AJ
breaking
Styles.
What was the point of them breaking out the dirt bikes? What was that even for?
Like I said, WWE introductions are way too long.
Goon Goon Grump.
You kill the crowd that way. Tonight, the Leafs spanked the Senators. If I want to drive in style, should I select a Mercedes-Benz? Sure.
I'm not a car guy, but yes, the Senators are a flawed team. They're going to get beat pretty quick.
Here, Markstrom was trying to put a whack on Svechnikov, and the unsuspecting Cody Glass comes skating through and got knocked out of the game.
He got to look like he got a knee job.
And on this same play, Luke Hughes fell on his shoulder. Looks like he dislocated his shoulder, and he's limping off. The Devils.
A knee roll up. Ooh.
Well, it's just like he was getting upset because somebody was in the crease getting in the face, and he's going
near the crease. He went to hit him. Whoopsie daisy. Cody Glass, down he goes.
It wasn't
that knee roll up. Ooh.
It's the knee. It wasn't even like the hit. The knee causing the freaking. Oh my god!
It was. He grabbed this. Oh yeah, look at that. Look at this. Boom. Oh.
He'll miss a few games.
And then he misses on the second shot at Svechnikov. He should have got a penalty for that.
God, I can't believe that though. I mean, like just typical Devils.
Howard Jones says fans are frustrated. What is
Talk about
this?
the Islanders.
Fans are frustrated, is right. I want you to watch this. Drew sent this to me. I thought it was quite interesting. Thanks, Drew, for sending us.
Bad news Bears.
This guy switches the batter's box after every single pitch. I'll let you watch it.
He's not trying to get a hit.
I hope this does not get us removed off of multiple countries, because this is definitely some foreign baseball league.
Why are you showing? You know, when a guy does this, what does it mean?
We can't play.
Can't hit.
It's not very good. Looks like he gets worn out going from side to side. I mean, I don't even get this stance. It's like, dude, what's your problem? He's moving around in the box. If I'm the umpire, I'm just ringing him up. You want to know why Japanese hitters hit the ball so well? Look at the guys throwing these old. Everything's a slop pitch.
Oh my god, it's right over the fucking plate. Swing the damn bat, kid.
That's not what he does.
Oh my god, I'm just like, it's pissing me off. Swing the bat. Are you shit me? God almighty. That would be the most irritating thing to watch support. Like if my kid was that kid, I'm like, buddy, swing the fucking bat. I don't give a shit if you strike out every time. Swing the fucking bat. Don't do whatever that is. You're embarrassing us.
Drew says the only way ownership knows change is needed is by fans doing stuff like this.
Agreed.
I'm proud of the Bridgeport fans.
Yep.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, I'm just saying.
You disagree with them the whole time. Okay. Next.
Don't want to. Bad look for the fan. It's a bad look. It's a bad look for the Islanders.
Yeah. No, you were saying that you didn't agree with the fans writing.
I don't think you should be. I mean, okay, it was a paint your ice on there. I didn't realize that.
I would have. If I was there, I would have wrote Fire Lou. And I would have done.
You wouldn't even be able to spell that.
Okay, I want you to watch this. Tell me what your initial thought is. This is 9-9, bottom of the 12th. This is a prospect. Bases juice. This is high A ball. I want you to watch this and tell me if you notice anything.
Here comes the 1-0. And he swings and he rifles it deep into right center field, and the Tribe win it.
Wow. Bat flip. Now, there's bat flips, and then there's that.
Honestly, they should have said, "Yeah, you lost the game. We're calling you an automatic out." Like, what the hell type of bat flip is that?
I think that's the Winston-Salem dash.
Blaze scores, and how about this Greenville Drive team? The celebration is on.
Yeah, Winston-Salem, maybe. Yeah, WS. Maybe.
Andy Lugo rocks one to the wall.
Oh my god, dude! This is just a regular season game.
Down 7-0.
They were down 7-0. Come back and won 10-9.
It's a damn regular season game, buddy. Calm
down. Pause and see if we can read their shirts. No,
it's Winston-Salem.
Well, that's not Winston-Salem. The Winston-Salem's team that lost.
Oh. Dum, dum, dum.
Here comes the 1-0. And he
That's their
swings and
colors.
he
I just know those. That's their colors.
Yeah, they're
gotta-
playing against the Drive.
I gotta see how high that thing went.
It was up there. It was up there. It was up there.
How many feet in the air do you think that thing was
I
launched?
mean, I think maybe he took two hands and like
30,
there.
30 feet.
It was pretty high.
No, I'm going. That looks like it's almost about 50 foot in the air.
It's over the protective net.
Yeah.
Look at that thing. It's
But
gonna
remember, you
be
got
at
the
least
angle
50
thing
feet.
going too. So
It has to be at least 50 feet. No, it's. I'm gonna say maybe 30 yards.
look where the camera's set.
30 yards. That looks like 100 yards.
90 feet.
Football field.
90 feet. It's not that high.
I don't know, Grump. Think about it. Like, okay, like my shoe is over a foot long. That definitely looks like a lot more than 40 of my shoes together.
Okay. That flip is enough to know when they play Winston-Salem again, he's going to get thrown at. That's what I can predict.
I was about to ask you, what do you think happens next game when they play each other?
He gets dusted. For certain.
X, come on. Let's next comment. Stop watching fucking WrestleMania. Let's go.
John Cena needs to do something with his hair. It looks horrible.
It does. It was because he colors it in one color. That's why
You know what he needs to do? He needs to just go to the buzz now.
he should just shave his head. I agree. Drew says it shows they at least care about the on ice product. That's true. That's true. Day the GM. Oh, and probably name the GM candidate. You punks can't do it. Not right now. Alexander says yes. She's the women's intercontinental champion. She doesn't wrestle with the wings. Talking about
Ira Valkyrie.
Oh,
Valkyria.
that's Valkyrie. Okay.
Valkyria.
She looks like she's okay. I think I'm saying somebody else. Gungu says
Or
few
Ira.
people know that TJ has been brushing up on his Yiddish
God.
lately. Here he goes. How well will he do pronouncing these words? Go, TJ.
Tukis, Chutzpah, and Shemiel.
Tchotchke.
It's Tchotchke, Chutzpah, and Shlomiel. So you got.
None
I
of that.
might give you the second one, but not the other two.
Tukis.
It's not a.
There's an S in there.
I don't-
He added one.
I can't even pronounce Spanish words. And
Can you pronounce English words? We've heard you read.
that too.
Alexander goes, TJ, I bet you $100 he'll have 40 home runs and 120 RBIs. I don't think he's going to have 40 and 120. I don't think he's doing
I did want to put this up, guys, just in case you were curious. Colin Kaepernick is still training in hopes for an NFL return. You may be interested. How old is Colin Kaepernick? 47 years old.
Yeah, I was going to say 37.
When do you think the last time he played an NFL down was?
Whenever he got chased off the field for being a shitty quarterback in San Francisco.
No, he played. Didn't he go to
2012.
Baltimore for a bit too before he left? Or was it only San Fran?
San Francisco, nobody wanted him. He wouldn't show up for the NFL.
Yes. Oh my God.
He doesn't really want to play. He's full of shit. He doesn't want to play.
He's not played a down since 2016 when they went 1-11. That San Francisco team.
He got paid a ridiculous amount of money from Nike. Why would he play?
You know, he did the Deshaun Watson approach.
Fuck.
Well, he's not getting massages anyway.
Next.
Alexander says, X, really? The Hurricanes, I hate to say it, could be Toronto and Carolina.
Oof. Toronto's got no shot.
Guru says, is it true that today the Devils pooped their pants? Grumpy, can you stand up and do a funky dance? No dancing today. Sorry.
I want to put this up. Look at this play by Ellie De La Cruz.
For any high school player ever. Up the middle, taken away! Ellie De La Cruz! I believe he can fly!
I forget how big he is. He's so fucking rangy.
He's like 6'6", isn't he?
6'6".
He's a shortstop.
Yep.
Whoosh.
Okay. It's a great play. The ball wasn't hit real hard either.
That's
Yeah.
still a really nice
It's
play.
the only reason he's able to make that.
Oh,
play.
yeah. Yeah.
And it was on the way down already. So it was a little looper. But still, I'm not putting him down. It was a great play.
Good play by him. Yeah, not a great hit. Jackson Holliday's meh.
Drew says, TJ, I sent you this. I don't know if you know the NBA player DeMar DeRozan. He basically beat up some guy at a sushi restaurant.
It's DeMar. DeMar DeRozan.
Yeah.
Correct himself.
Yeah. DeMar DeRozan. He used to be a point guard or shooting guard for the Toronto Raptors back in the day. Yes. That's when I actually used to pay a little bit of attention to basketball. I'll show this here in a second.
I guess this is what playing for the Sacramento Kings does to someone. You want me to finish reading the comment before you start just chirping in, or you want to read the comment? Feel free.
You can grump.
I just tried to help you out. That's all.
Did you see this, by the way? Max Fried had a no-hitter going, and they ruled this originally an error, but then went back and said this was an officially a hit. Let's watch it.
Here is the 2-2. On the ground, right side, and this one comes up on Goldschmidt. That was going to be interesting.
The rationale was, even if he fielded the ball, he was still going to make it safe and beat out the throw.
I'd call that a hit. I would have called that a hit. I don't think that's an error.
What? How is this not an error?
I think the ball was hit really hard. Okay, let's do it again. Let's play. Can you play it
in slow mo? I'm going to put it in slow mo for you. Yes,
because it jumps around otherwise.
I'm sorry. This is an error. Nope, error.
Okay, here's the thing. He ain't never getting to the. You're right. He's never getting to the bag before him. That's going to be a hit. I don't care that he bobbled or not. Fried is never getting to the bag. Never freaking ever is he getting to the bag. I do not have a problem with that call.
Oh, fuck.
Never getting to the bag. Never.
He slowed up once he saw his guy.
He's never getting to the bag on that. Never.
You want to bet? Did you see Fried earlier hustling that? You're wrong.
He's never getting to the bag on that. He just won't.
I'll put it up there before. He's a hustling son of a gun. He is quick. Here it is. Here's one. Okay, I'll pull it up. I'll find it. But there was one video of him earlier. I mean, dashing down the line. It was a great play by him. But go ahead, X. Let's get through some more comments.
TJ, that's a hit, Alexander says. I agree.
Okay, here it is. I'm sorry. This is exactly what I mean. He's quick, man. I honestly I was shocked with how deceptive his speed is.
Right in on the hand, fielded by Goldschmidt. Flips a Fried. Got him.
He beat that kid out of the freaking box, that Simpson kid who's a speed guy. I'm sorry. No shot in hell is he getting beat to first base.
Okay.
No shot in hell is he getting beat to first base. He's hustling. As soon as he saw Goldsmith or whoever the hell is at first base bumble that ball, as soon as he saw Goldsmith fuck up the ball, he just stopped running. He was absolutely going to beat him to the bag. No doubt in my mind. Look at this. There's no shot in hell he should be beating him out, but he does.
He's ahead of him the whole way. He was not ahead of him the other time before he even bubbled it. He was not getting him on that play. It was not happening. Just not happening. He gave up another hit after that anyway. It didn't matter. Alexander says they needed to fire Laviolette. 100% agree with that. Gungun says, you can say what you want about Varlamov, but he has a beautiful head of hair. Grumpy, how comfortable is that leather chair? Very comfortable. Drew says, X, I'll see you at Super Slam, brother. Super Slam. Gungu says, is Max Domi merely a goon? Grumpy, can you sing us some Fly Me to the Moon and Let Me Play Among the Stars? Okay, there you go. Alexander says, TJ, really, he's a career 187 average in the postseason. He's talking about Aaron Judge.
Superstar, baby.
He's not a postseason player.
He's going to pick it up. He'll play better this year in the postseason.
Aaron Judge feasts on poor pitching. He absolutely does. Alexander adds, Grumpy, you know they're praising Aaron Glenn for flying across country to tell him. He flew out on his own dime. The Jets did not fly him in. He flew out.
Aaron Rodgers, not Aaron Glenn.
Aaron Rodgers. He flew on his own dime. Ryan Richards says, what's up, ladies? Happy Easter.
Happy Easter, Ryan. Happy Easter, JP. I did want to put this up. Thank you, X. We've talked about how shitty the umpires are. Can we talk about how bad the strike zones are this year?
I think it's been really bad. I can't wait for them to go to the electronic plate. They missed a lot of big calls.
I mean, like, go ahead.
Balls are like 6 inches outside or low. I'm just sick and tired of catchers grabbing the ball wherever and yanking it to the middle.
They're pretending like that's a strike. I'm like, please. Like, anybody with a brain knows that it's not. Like,
they're stealing strikes, and then there's what they're doing.
Have you seen Yandy Diaz, his new cleats?
They're purple.
They're more than just purple, Grump.
Oh, they got little sparkles on them, like about Malibu Barbie or something.
Like Prince.
Diamonds on it. Wow.
See a fan of print? Wow.
I don't know why
They
you
look
want
a
to
little
claim
flashy.
those. Why would
Those
you
are-
ruin them?
those
Yeah.
are beautiful.
Those look like they should be on Dancing with the Stars. Tell you what, man.
Let me ask you this: first pitch, beam them, right? Like, what is this? Like, are you trying to be a show-off guy? Like, just beam them. First pitch, boom, right to the head. Put diamonds on your shoes now? Come on, man.
I don't think they're diamonds.
Whatever it is, zirconium, whatever, sparkling.
Sparkles.
How is Yandy Diaz playing this year? I'm interested.
I think I don't know. He's on one of X's
He's
fantasy.
hitting 222.
Maybe X can tell us how he's playing.
Hitting 222 is the answer. So not
so
good.
Not so good.
Yeah. I don't know. Should not be wearing sparkle shoes. Not a fan of that.
Google says, which cross-country fiasco stunk more to high heaven? Willie Randolph with the Mets or Aaron Rodgers with the Jets? I'm going to say Willie Randolph because he is a high caliber person.
How long was Willie Randolph the manager for the Mets for?
I don't know. I just remember him as a player. I loved him with the Yankees. I love him as an assistant coach. I think he's back with the Yankees now. Loved him as manager. I like Willie Randolph. He's old time baseball. Okay, where do we go? This is about Kadarius Toney. Oh, Drew also
IG said that he's retiring from the NFL and wants to be considered a rapper instead of a football player. His name is Young Joka, and that is the new name he refers to be called. Let's take a look here at our boy Kadarius Toney, what he's up to these days. Is it hard to believe that he gave up being a professional athlete?
He didn't give up being a professional athlete. He wasn't good enough to be a professional athlete. That's the difference.
I think he was talented enough, but he just didn't care enough. I think that's the real issue. Didn't care enough. Didn't care enough to learn the plays. Didn't care enough to have attention to detail. Didn't care enough to pay attention to meetings. Didn't care enough to perfect his craft. He was just a lazy son of a bitch. That's the problem with him.
I saw the initials RR. I don't think Young or Joker starts with an R.
I know. I was kind of interested as to what that was. Maybe that's like,
maybe it's really ready.
RR. Okay. Do you even want to listen to this?
Yeah, I want to hear him say something.
Beat's not too bad.
RR's Rolls Royce.
Auto-tuned.
Okay, I can't even understand.
He's auto-tuned. You can't even understand what he's saying.
Yeah, the hard thing. It's kind of like all jumbled together. Lee Corso, by the way, is retiring, Grumpy. You saw that?
Yes, I did.
His last show is going to be on August 30th.
Honestly, he needs to retire.
It's like Butchie. It's like kind of it's the end.
No, Butch is better than he's done. He's done. Sam Rosen retired from the Rangers booth after 40-something years. He needed to retire too.
Yeah.
Just like Jack Edwards last year with Boston. You know, when these guys, they got to go. When they got that that voice just kind of goes on you, you got to go. Drew says it feels so weird seeing the Rays playing at George Steinbrenner Field.
Yeah, apparently I've heard that they're not going to rebuild the Rays field, by the way.
They're going to do something. They're not going to play there forever.
Did want to put this up.
Lou got to go. 100% agree.
This is the issue from DeMar DeRozan. We'll watch two different clips because they're from two different angles. I want your opinion on it. This is the first one that was released, and here's the second one. We'll show you.
Is this a bowling alley, did they say?
No, he said a sushi bar.
Sushi bar.
This gentleman on the ground is a gentleman who is recording DeMar DeRozan. And DeMar DeRozan, who has the flashlight, that was the gentleman's phone. DeMar DeRozan took from him and then forcibly threw him on the ground and started beating him up.
Oh, my God. Who's this other person with the flashlight? Is that a cop?
I think that's his girlfriend.
Oh, my God.
So again, I think what's the one thing you could never do? You don't want to mix it up with fans. This is the actual video that it was. This is the video of him approaching him and everything that ensued afterwards.
DeMar, they're trying to kick me out for no reason.
don't even understand.
He was upset that he walked up on him. I don't know what that means. Like, don't interrupt me as I'm eating dinner. Look at he got so.
There are
upset.
ways to say things. Excuse me. I'll be. I'm eating dinner. I'll sign an autograph with you when I'm done. If that'd be okay. That's all you have to say.
This guy's already being escorted out of the restaurant. Why did you even engage with this guy? He's being escorted out of the restaurant for doing something probably malicious or getting in trouble. Why do you even respond? Just keep your mouth shut. Continue eating. This guy's being escorted out by security. But no, you took it in your own hand and threw him to the ground and started punching him? Are you kidding me?
Unless it's DeRosa's restaurant. I mean, that's the only reason you say, hey, I want to go to upper management. I don't know.
No. Again, just DeMar, not very smart. Not very smart.
Cena right now is up to some devilish tricks.
Next guy, let's Eric's.
Freedom Front Adventure goes, TJ, show the design I sent you of Lou getting excised or exercised from UBS.
I'll show that on the TJ and the Grump or the Islanders Never Say Die on Saturday. I like that, by the way. Freedom Front Adventure is a good AI image. It's a good image by Al. Nice comment there, Grump.
Drew says, to piggyback on of Freedom's point, there's been dedicated Twitter accounts of AI generate photos of Lou Lamoriello with a clown suit on. Phil's plan has officially failed. Is he going to jail? Is he going to
Isles jail? That'd be the best thing for the team, best thing for the fan base.
Freedom Front Adventure adds, I hate when these ladies try to not tell us what they're thinking now. Stop talking in circles and name names, filthy animals.
Yeah, we can't do that. I mean, it's get information. Like, all I have to say is this. There's apparently some real credence behind he's interviewing other people. Now, whether he makes official offers to these individuals, that's a question in itself, but he absolutely did interview people. And it was on the trip that when they went out to Anaheim. So we could definitely confirm that. So at least he was sniffing around. Now, does it result in anything? That's the actual question.
Alexander putting out his public service announcement. Don't forget to wear your hockey jersey to Chipotle. You get a BOGO burrito or bowl.
Didn't know that. Okay.
Who's Travis Scott?
Travis Scott, he's a rapper, and he just came out to WrestleMania.
He's the hardcore champion.
Yeah, whatever that is.
Keep going. Keep fucking going. Stop mentioning this fucking WrestleMania bullshit.
Watch your mouth over there.
Keep going.
JP says, well, the world don't move to the beat of just one drum, which might be right for you, but maybe be right for some. That's a Different Strokes theme. Different strokes through the world. Freedom Front Adventure goes, roster tried defending Lou as doing a good job, saying his acquisitions, if they were excellent. Of course they do. None of them want to go anywhere. They want him to stay there. They never have to produce. They just keep on getting contracts, and they don't have to win.
Did you see what Noah Dobson said in his or his exit interview?
He has not. What was the rest of that comment, X, please? Was referring to the waiver wire guys, etc. Ignored empty seats, horrible results, terrible to watch. Cap. How can Sun X have debt when he steals everything from Grumpy's house and freeloads?
Good question.
Today, X came over. He got the leftover turkey. He wound up getting mashed potatoes, broccoli, corn, candy goods. His mommy still got him an Easter basket. I mean, it's sad and pathetic.
Goodness. To go back to it though, the thing that blew me away, at least, well, it didn't blow me away. Dobson said he's going to talk with his camp to weigh their options, and then Andrew Gross put in parentheses potential long-term deal or a bridge deal, and then they're going to meet with Lou Lamoriello. So bridge deal is what Noah Dobson's going to be doing. Short bridge deal. Get prepared. Next comment.
1 year?
1 or 2.
I'm not taking a 2-year deal. 1 year gets you to unrestricted free agency.
Let's say 2 years, $8 million.
I wouldn't do a 2-year deal. Alexander says, Grumpy, he led the 49ers to the Super Bowl. How is he a bad quarterback? He was a shitty quarterback. He was the first guy who utilized the running game, and they implemented it in there. That's what he was. When they figured him out, he was a one-trick pony, and he was dumb. Too stupid to learn the offense. Sorry. Freedom Front Adventure goes, TJ, you bastard. I found a photo of you naked at the hockey party. I searched all week, and the internet didn't fail me. I dare you to show it. I emailed it to your Islanders email.
Do we do this one?
Yes.
Okay,
just-
cool. I'm getting rid of those.
Travis Scott's getting the freaking. He just got the crossroads right there.
Yeah.
Freedom Fund Reddit goes with the Rangers firing a coach. They can sell hope. If Lou is here, no hope. 100% agree. 100%. There's no one who wants him back. No one. Freedom Fund Reddit goes, WTF, you bastards. Just put up my first comment and it dropped without reading because X is staring at the ceiling. Filthy rats. I don't know which comment he's talking about. So
I don't know which one either. I was watching WrestleMania.
Freedom Fund against it was Grumpy. It was Doc Holliday from Tombstone, I guess. And then Iceman. Oh, you screen me on my comments, but always have time to show fat kids. Alexander says, oh my God, this is already turning out bad. Young Joker sucks. Joker.
Young Joker. It's Travis Scott.
It's Travis Scott. I don't even know who he is. I don't care.
Oh, man. John Cena, low blow the roads.
Oh, now he's going to hit him with the championship belt. Yep. Who knows what's going to happen?
Actually beg for forgiveness.
JP says, so is it possible that the New York Islanders ownership is conducting a thorough search for GM? I hate to doubt it, and I like to be proven very wrong. We're going to find out. We're going to find out soon enough. He needs to go, and I think ownership knows that.
That was the last comment, Grump.
Oh, there is a new champion in WWE. His name is John Cena, 17 times champion. X, we knew this was going to happen, didn't we? We called it. I don't know how long he holds the belt. Not too long, since his last year wrestling. They threw him a bone here. Drew says, between you three tonight, who's doing the most? It's certainly not TJ because he's always a ghost.
It's me. I'm providing up-to-date WrestleMania updates right now for everyone. So,
can you put up another comment?
Just broke Flair's record.
It's ridiculous. It means nothing.
The
number of titles means nothing, honestly. Nothing. If you want to talk wrestling, I want to talk old-time wrestling. When wrestlers were wrestlers. Not like today.
Where did TJ go?
Who knows?
Are we just going to end the show then?
I don't know. Wait, let's talk about the NFL draft just for a second. Do you think Shedeur Sanders goes in the first round? And do you think
some desperate team will draft him that probably shouldn't in that position? Yeah.
Do you think he's the second quarterback picked?
No.
Neither do I.
The Cam Ward kid's going to be the unanimous number one.
John Cena's going to put a whooping on this Travis Scott kid and take the hardcore championship too, I think.
Probably.
Well, maybe not. This is the Travis Scott kid. I don't know why he's even out there. It's an embarrassment to all.
Did he make the hardcore belt for himself?
No, that's the way the hardcore belt looks.
Oh. How did he even win that?
I don't know.
What do you even have to do to win the hardcore belt?
You got to win a hardcore match. Oh. It used to be not like that. Oh, JP says Bob Backlund, the real WWF champion. Bob Backlund was a great guy. Really, really nice. I met him. Just a nice. Bob Backlund was himself. He was not the most colorful guy, but he was absolute, and he was tough as shit. So you couldn't shoot on him. He was tough. But once, they decided to go in a different direction, that was the end for Bob Backlund. It just was. Alexander says Travis Scott is not the hardcore champion. Okay. It's a replica belt. Okay. Well, there you go. See, you learn something new every day. There you go. He got himself a replica belt, and there you go. He considered how come security just let him wander down there? That's what I want to know.
All right.
JP says, my father took me to the Backlund Snuka in a cage. Amazing match. Snuka jumped from the top of the cage, and Backlund rolled out of the way. Place went nuts. That's when Jimmy Snuka was a bad guy. Of course, then he did a face turn, and had another cage match that was tremendous against the Magnificent Morocco, and it was actually the perfect. Now, here's the thing about Jimmy Superfly Snuka: you could not trust him to carry a championship, so I never won because he was not dependable. He had drug issues. So how do you keep a guy strong like that when they lose to the Magnificent Morocco? And it was lucky. They have him do a flying headbutt. He was dominating Snook in the cage, but they're not going to give him the belt. So they have him do a flying headbutt, and it hits Morocco, and he falls out the cage door, and he wins. So what Snook could do? How do you keep the fans happy after a match like that? You have him go out of the ring, you drag Morocco back in, then you go to the top of the cage and give him the Superfly splash. That's the way you do it. It's a perfect wrestling angle that wrapped up there like that. Because that was a really tremendous feud, by the way. Their first match in Madison Square Garden. Man, Jimmy was bleeding like a stuck pig.
Was this the main event?
This was
this match that just happened.
Yes, yeah.
Okay, that's what I thought.
In that match, I remember it was one of the rare Saturday night MSG cards. They're usually on Monday evenings. That was a rare Saturday night, and I remember watching that first one where, man, Jimmy was bleeding like a stuck pig. And that's when they always had the culmination. You get a couple of matches, and then you have the blow off match in a cage or Texas Death Match or whatever. JP says, yeah, cocaine and murder is a bad combo. Jimmy Superfly snuck up. Alexander said his song is the main WrestleMania song. I don't know who we're talking about. Is that Travis Scott? I don't know.
No, not Travis. I don't know. Maybe Travis Scott's his. I haven't heard it. I haven't heard the main WrestleMania song because usually they pick a different one every year.
We should do a show just a wrestling show. Who's the greatest wrestler of all time?
Oh, Travis Scott's. Alexander said Travis Scott's song is the main WrestleMania
theme
song for this year.
Okay.
Mine would be the best of all time or my favorite. My favorite was The Rock.
Okay, that's fair.
Yeah,
Rock, he's an all-time great for certain. If he would have wrestled longer,
I liked it still.
I
really watched it a lot. I also like the Hardy Brothers too.
The Hardy Boys.
Yeah,
they were pretty good. The Hardy.
Oh, it's called Fiend. Oh my gosh, that Fiend song.
You enjoying watching and talking more WWE?
Yep.
John Cena.
Go back to the bathroom.
Fuck.
What'd you have to do? Why did you go, boy?
Had to run to the bathroom, Grump.
Pathetic. So
keep talking WWE.
What else you got?
No, I mean those are really the important ones that I had to at least I wanted to
NFL draft. TJ asked the question: do you think Shedeur Sanders goes in the top 5?
Fuck.
I don't think he goes top 5.
No way.
I think somebody. Okay. Does somebody trade up to draft him?
Nope.
So?
Nope. The latest scuttlebutt is the Giants want to trade it back into the first round for this. Who's the other quarterbacks who are pretty?
Jackson Dart.
Not Jackson Dart. Sloth.
Who?
Slough.
Sloth? What school?
All right. Now you're going to make me look it up. Great.
I don't know Sloth. What school, Grump?
The kid from Syracuse got a lot of hype this year.
Kyle McCord.
Not Kyle McCord.
I don't know who that is.
Tyler Soft. That's who. That's who they're thinking. Now he's a little bit older, but he's 25 years old.
Was Louisville that good this year, though?
I don't know, but he's a big guy.
From Louisville?
Yeah.
I don't know.
He's 6'5.5", 225. He's one of the oldest prospects in the class and has an extensive injury history.
You know what it sounds like? They're hoping that this is going to be Bo Nix 2.0. We're going to draft some 30-year-old and hope that he plays as well as Bo Nix has this year.
He's moving up the charts. To me, it's Jackson Dart. That's the guy I'm going for. If I'm looking, I'm not looking at Jalen Milroe. I'm not looking at Shedeur Sanders. I'm sorry.
Milroe looked horrible.
It's funny. I was looking. They've got Jalen Walker going potentially to the Carolina Panthers at 8. Oh man, wouldn't be traveling too far then. Oh my gosh, yeah. The kid is 25 years old and wasn't a starter until last year. Wow.
Drew says Louisville was ranked, but yeah, the kid's 25 years old and wasn't a starter until last year. I'm thinking Pittsburgh is taking Dart. I think Dart's going to go ahead of Shedeur Sanders. I heard that.
Shedeur Sanders, I saw like something was going as low as 20.
Well, 21 is Pittsburgh. I heard that meeting did not go well. The Giants brought him again in for a private meeting, but there's no way that there is absolutely no way, True, that they sign Wilson and Winston and then draft a quarterback. These guys are there to try. They got to keep their jobs. It's about self-preservation. They're going to go Abdul Carter. If they don't take Abdul Carter, they're just fools.
I kind of hope. I hope somebody reaches on Shedeur Sanders. I hope it's number one, not the Giants, but I feel like somebody's going to reach on him.
Okay. I think he's turned people off. I just think he's a prima donna. Here's the thing. I don't know. But you look at all these things that you're seeing on social media, you have to be a leader to be a quarterback in the NFL. I'm sorry.
I do agree.
And maybe it's not fair to the guys, but that's just the gig. It's like the biggest position. I don't want to include soccer, world soccer, but certainly in American team sports, quarterback is it. That's it.
Okay.
Quarterback.
I do want to put this up, the Tyler So kid, really quickly before we read that. Okay. Jesus. Look at how many years he's been in college.
7.
2018, 19, 20, 21, 22.
He probably redshirted. His first year he redshirted. So,
well, the first year was a red shirt. And then
you got 2 COVID years thrown in there too.
Could have been like a med red. Yeah, the 2 COVID years or COVID year, whatever it is. Okay. 3,100 yards passing. That's the hat he's hanging. You know what I mean? Like that's the hat that we're hanging on right there.
I'm not even going to pretend to know their offense.
I'm trying to think.
Take over when Lamar left.
Was that?
Did he play? Has he played at Louisville his entire career?
No.
He was at Oregon for a bit, then Texas Tech, and then transferred to here. Okay, they're a run-heavy team. I mean, you got a running back. Look at this. You led the nation in yards per attempt. 7.1 yards per attempt. The Isaac Brown kid. Look how many rushing yards they've got. They're a run-heavy team.
Okay.
Not drafting that kid. Let me put it like that. Go ahead there. I'm sorry. Freedom Fund Adventure, Grumpy.
Will the warden be Snow White for Halloween? Her dwarfs, Grumpy equals Grumpy. Doc equals Doc Page. Sleepy equals Nick X, whoever that is. The prince got to be Dog Z. Happy equals Baby Liza. Dopey equals TJ. Who would fiance Y be?
Who are the remaining characters left you can pick?
She could be the Wicked Witch.
I like that one. We'll have to let fiance Y know that.
Oh, that's the only character left, right? You're not going to make her the huntsman.
No, not the huntsman.
God.
Who's the fairest of them all? Mirror, mirror on the wall. Who's the fairest of the? Well, once it was you, fiance Y. Now it's who's no
Warden.
Warden. Now it's the warden.
Okay, we've got this here. Alexander, yes, thanks for the reminder. You said play the air guitar video. Let's play that. And that's how we'll send off today's show. And a very serious matter. Let's take a look here.
Transform into the viewer.
There are people who are watching this. You have to pay those people to be there, right? Or their friends and family.
I believe it as well.
Did they play this before the end of the NCAA Women's Championship game? That's
all
what
right.
like
Georgia Lunch is going to be up first. 2018 U.S. champion from New York City.
No,
oh, look at this fucking.
You know, a lot of people stress about going first in a competition.
Holy shit!
You know, and
it's a girl, by the way, Bumpy.
Oh, whatever. You can tell. Still in the mom's basement. That's the thing. She loses right now. She sucks. She sucks. I'm better than that. You got to pretend like you're holding a guitar. Oh my God, she's horrible. She doesn't deserve to be on the Ocho.
She can't. She looks like she's out of breath.
Probably
Panting over here. Standing up. I'm sorry. She's got knee pads on as well. I'm sorry. That doesn't seem very.
Maybe she's wearing knee pads for another
That's
reason.
what I'm talking about right there.
That has nothing to do with playing the. She switched her grip from left to right-handed. Come on now.
Hey, she could flip the guitar, spin it backwards.
That's how good she is, Grumpy. She could switch. Come on, man.
Oh, she's terrible.
All the way around.
0. What's the score? Can I give a score? 0. No.
She's 2018 U.S. champion. Let that sink in.
Is it just whoever signs up for this wins?
I could win this easily.
On the fretboard Nordic, that's pretty good right there.
The guys are getting hammered back then. Like, look at them. They can't stop smiling. How bad. Look at that freeze frame, by the way.
Maybe they all get to puke on her before she leaves.
Oh, look at that.
You know what? I want to say that X tried to do something to ruin my favorite Van Halen song.
Finishes on a windmill. Wow.
Georgia lunch against 2018 U.S. champion
1 minute. She's
from
out of breath.
New York City.
You know what I'd be saying?
All right,
Ugh,
All
don't
right,
put your
here's
hand
just
on
a
it.
little bit of a replay. What was that? Yeah, throwing the guitar in the air, Nordic, catching it, going again.
Let me tell you something. From a technical standpoint, you might think throwing an air guitar into the air is a little bit redundant, but no. Your air guitar has weight. You have to emphasize the weight. So you throw it up short. You got to put a heave into that when you're catching your air guitar. I'd say Georgia's air guitar measured
We've been
about 20
with this video.
Are we trying to listen? I want to hear what they're saying.
He said it weighs
pounds.
20
Just
pounds.
catching that very significant.
Yeah, a lot of people don't realize an air guitar is actually
Look at the
Chill, those are the people who are voting, by the way. The Sasquatch.
Okay,
Dave
these people are too embarrassed to show their faces.
The Sasquatch from Jack Link's beef jerky commercials is doing voting. Oh, God.
And who's is that? Randy Jackson with a wig?
I don't know who that is.
Randy Jackson. He lost a lot of pounds. That was Randy Jackson.
actually heavier than the air guitar. So when you release it into the air, it takes an effort to put it up, and this is where the airness comes.
Wow. Oof.
That's
Oof.
horrible. That's horrible. It's like, to me, you know what it's like? It's like you see a car accident. You just can't stop watching. It's so bad.
Oh, man. All righty. Let's wrap it up.
Carnage.
Grumpy X, what do you want to say before we end the show today?
I want to say love and laughter to everyone who listens and even those who don't. From TJ, the grumpy old man, and Son X.
Rock on, baby. X, what do you want to say before
We
we
will
wrap
not
up?
be doing a draft show. Pity. I like doing the draft shows. They're a lot of fun. We can get predictions from Son X on who's going in these picks.
I just wanted to say I appreciate everybody coming out and listening as always. Love the interaction, the comments, and we will see you guys next time. Hopefully,
Thanks.
everybody enjoyed WrestleMania.
Thanks so much, everybody, for being a part of the show. Thank you, Grumpy. Thank you, Some X. We'll be with you guys next time.
It's
Next time.